Tony Bennett died today at the age of 96. The crooner had a legendary voice. In fact, Frank Sinatra said Bennett was his favorite singer.
So who did Tony Bennett love to listen to? News Center Maine has actually gotten the chance to ask him that a couple times over the years. In 2001, he sat down with Katie Lang.
This is a young gal here, and she has this God-given voice that's just gives me goosebumps. Like, she and Pavarotti give me goosebumps when I hear them sing. I really mean it. It's not her volume, it's just that she's got so much soul when she sings. It's so intuitive talent that she has. She knows how to really sing.
Is it intimidating to you to live up to that hype?
No.
Yeah, I wish he would just curb it, because he's always laying on these lavish comparisons, and I can't live up to it. But
no, that's not true.
It's more than wonderful to be here and to carry on the tradition of singing. First of all, to be in the company of this wonderful talent that's an inspiration to me and many, many singers.
We seem to float right through the air. Heavenly songs seem to come from everywhere.
Michael Bublé, I like his. He's very intelligent, and he's the only contemporary artist I know. Instead of saying I'm going to be different than anybody, he was smart enough to listen to Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin, and Nat King Cole, and that kind of music.
And Tony Bennett.
And Louis Prima.
And Tony Bennett he listened to.
Yeah, and Louis Prima, you know, and he put them all he's a very intelligent, sensible person, and he's from Vancouver, Canada, but boy, I'll tell you, he's hot internationally all over the world.
And now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way.
Now, Tony Bennett was by all regards a class act.
Steeped in the era of tuxedos and smoky jazz joints, he was also an enthusiastic collaborator with singers from younger generations and across many genres. Dan Scheneman takes a look back at the man and his music.
Let me sing forevermore.
Tony Bennett honed his voice in an age of crooners, but what set him apart from the rack-pack swingers of that era was that Bennett used his voice to imitate musical instruments instead of other singers.
The bright blessed day and the dark sacred night.
The man Frank Sinatra called his favorite singer was born Anthony Dominic Benedetto in New York City in 1926. He dropped out of high school at 16 and worked as a singing waiter. His big break came in 1949 when he was hired by entertainer Bob Hope, who advised the vocalist to use the name Tony Bennett. The following year, Bennett signed a record contract and released his first #1 song, Because of You.
Because of you, the sun will shine.
More hits would follow, but none bigger than the one that would become Tony Bennett's signature song.
I left my heart.
I Left My Heart in San Francisco was released in 1962 and led to the first of Bennett's many Grammy Awards. The tune spent months on the top of the charts, but rock and roll was changing the musical landscape. His record label wanted him to tap into the booming rock and roll market, but Bennett wanted to stay closer to his roots.
It's hard to beat the craftsmen of the 30s. You know, they really knew what they were doing, and the songs will live forever.
Friendly hello.
In the 1970s, he dabbled in contemporary tunes and illicit drugs, a combination that led to a 10-year break from recording altogether.
I'm gonna change my way of living.
Tony Bennett re-emerged in the 1980s and became a favorite of the MTV generation after hiring his son as his manager. He also mixed with younger singers.
Anything goes. Anything goes. Let the music play.
Bennett's experience with the down times and the up lent a brassy polish to his voice that echoed through many generations of listeners.
That was Dan Cheneman reporting. More than just a vocalist, Tony Bennett was also a serious painter.
Yeah, his works have sold for as much as $40,000. He also appeared in movies and TV shows. Notably, he was the first celebrity to play himself on The Simpsons, kicking off a now 33-year-old tradition.
In 2006, the then 80-year-old put together a televised special that looked back at his career and spoke with our Rob Cartwright.
Is there anything in entertainment that you haven't done that you still would like to do?
No, I like what I'm doing. I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I like to keep improving. I'd like to keep growing and learning more and more what to leave out so it's simpler, like the late George Burns. And I'd like to be like that. I'd like to keep learning, but I'm very content with my life. I love what I'm doing, and I'm very honored to have made this special, which I think the word is right in this case. It's a special thing.
Likes what he was doing, and boy, was he good at it.
Okay.